Part 51. The heroine who wears fast is really a boss. Author, Ruo Shui 1111. Chapter 501. Tao Ran and his children had a delicious meal outside, but when they got home, there was no one there. As soon as he arranged for Coco to sleep, Tao Ran heard the movement of a car downstairs. Liang Cheng is back. As soon as Liang Cheng entered the garage and saw the sports car already there, his heart suddenly calmed down. My wife and car are back, that's good. Originally, Zhonglan rarely used the family's nice car, and when she rarely used a car, she would only use her mobility scooter, so the family's car keys were kept in a lockbox in the garage. Now, Liang Cheng felt that he couldn't be so stupid. Opening the lockbox, he took away the keys to the sports car. That dead woman has already driven away a luxury car. If she takes the sports car away again and cannot drive it back, he will not be able to survive. He humbly went upstairs, bearing a gift. Tao Ran is waiting for him. Her face was livid and angry. Calm down. Liang Cheng was so afraid that she was going to file for divorce again that he quickly took out the gift. When he went to the company today, he was trained like a dog by Mr. Zhang, and then he got all the activity schedule for the next period of time. Be good and be full. In the next few days, I will fly to several cities to do activities. He owed the company money and had no backer, so the company couldn't squeeze him as hard as he could. No, I was temporarily transferred to a program today and have been recording it until just now. As for this gift, he asked someone to buy it. Tao Ran was originally prepared to get angry directly. But she saw the brand of the gift box Liang Cheng was holding. It's jewelry. For such a big box, there should be more than one. For the sake of jewelry, should she try harder to endure it? Liang Cheng opened the gift box. Sure enough, it was a complete set of diamond jewelry. A necklace, a pair of earrings and a bracelet. The diamonds are not small and there are many, and they are quite shiny. Isn't it cheap? Tao Ran asked. I deeply reflect on it and I'm sorry. It's not too expensive to give it to you. This set costs 800,000. Liang Cheng was heartbroken to death. He himself has never spent so much money on jewelry or clothes. If Mr. Zhang hadn't insisted on buying expensive things to trick people, he probably wouldn't have spent so much money on buying things for her. Tao Ran also saw the invoice in the gift box. Since it was such an expensive thing, of course she wouldn't be embarrassed, at least she had to wait until everything was on her body, right? So she suppressed her nausea, and Liang Cheng put on a necklace, bracelet, and earrings for her. When Liang Cheng saw her meekness, he felt contempt in his heart. Oh, women are just vanity. And this he took a gift card to Tao Ran. That day, Dad broke your bag, so I ordered another one for you. The limited edition Birkin bag will be shipped by air in 2 days. The money has been paid. Then you can go directly to the store and choose the one you like. Just the color. Yeah, the price is not low. Tao Ran quickly accepted it. I went directly to the store to return the goods, and the rent for the studio this year was settled. She smiled softly. Liang Cheng, before today, the most expensive thing you gave me was our engagement ring. It cost 20,000 yuan. The wedding ring was sponsored by the brand, and Liang Cheng didn't spend a penny. I really didn't expect that the compensation after your cheating was not only the most expensive thing you gave me, but also dozens of times the amount of our engagement gift. What an irony. But a scumbag is a scumbag, and there was no guilt on Liang Cheng's face. From now on, I will be good to you. I will give you gifts every year from now on. I won't let you regret it. Tao Ran smiled again. I don't have high expectations for the future. I just want to ask you, how are you doing now? Which one are you talking about? That's what I said this afternoon. It's impossible for your parents and I to coexist in this family in the future. Who did you choose? Xiao Lan, my parents are old, and my dad has injured his leg. The doctor said that he will have to rest for 3 months after being discharged from the hospital. Look, I will be on a business trip next week. Who will take care of you and Coco then? Okay, Taoran interrupted. I see. She no longer gave the scumbag a chance to explain, and rushed upstairs in 3 steps at a time. After entering Coco's room, she locked it directly. Liang Cheng was dumbfounded. What did he say? After giving her the necklace, didn't he just explain it to his parents? He still has a lot to ask, and he still wants to know about his luxuries, his luxury car, the 20 million and many other things. What to do? Do you really want to drive your parents away? The next day, Liang Chen went to buy breakfast early in the morning. But when he came back, Taoran had already put a hot takeaway breakfast on the table, and he and Keek were eating happily. Xiaolan, I thought about it last night, Liang Cheng said cautiously. Today I will go and tell my parents that after Dad is discharged from the hospital, let them live in his hometown for a while. Taoran only said coldly, starting today, I will personally be responsible for Coco's going to and from school. Okay, as long as you don't mention divorce. Thanks a lot. You haven't given me the recent pocket money and household expenses. Taoran reached out to him. Liang Cheng's facial muscles twitched several times, but he could only take out his cell phone and transfer 150,000 yuan to his wife. Taoran he, it's increased by 50,000. Taoran went to send his daughter to school. Liang Cheng took 2 mouthfuls of porridge. Then suddenly, he jumped up again and rushed out. Why the hell did he hear the roar of the sports car again? That familiar voice, he shouldn't have heard it wrong. He clearly took the keys to the sports car. It's locked in his room. When he opened the door, he just saw the shadow of the red sports car running out. He was stunned. He rushed upstairs and opened the drawer in the room. Sure enough, the keys to the sports car he had taken away were still there. So, that damn woman expected that she would take away the key, so she changed the lock on the sports car in advance without telling herself, and deliberately put the previously replaced key in the safe? Liang Chen was so angry that he cleared a table of things to the ground with a low roar. If this continues, he will go crazy. So angry. My phone buzzed again. It was time to go to work. From today on, he will have at least 2 jobs every day. This day is so tiring. Taoran was also busy. In the past 3 months, the light did not interfere with her affairs, so she planned to focus on the studio first. Money makes things easier. Xioxia quickly attracted some acquaintances, rented a space in the building opposite Guangguang, applied for a license, and the studio was opened in a decent manner. Taoran was not short of money, so he directly rented a floor, which has a work area, a reception area, a rest area, a conference area, an artist makeup area, a clothing area, etc. She keeps a third of the space for her own use. Half of it was used by her to transform it into a piece that can be used for fitness and martial arts. From now on, she will have her own private practice room, so she won't have to go to the gym. Of course, the studio has also hired several professional bodyguards, so everyone has an extra place to discuss things. When Taoran was away, this fitness area was left to the bodyguards. From this day on, Coco's transportation was temporarily handed over to Xioxia and her bodyguards. The day passed like this. In the evening, Taoran received a WeChat message from Director Liu. It's been a day and there seems to be no movement. Taoran replied with a smile, night has just fallen, and the excitement has not yet begun. The heroine who wears fast is really a boss. Author, Ruo Shui 1111. Chapter 502. Tonight, Taoran still had activities. She was going to a dinner party. She asked Sister Zhen to help her get the tickets yesterday, and she got the spot without much effort. Because this is a charity dinner. The editor-in-chief of a magazine who has some say in the circle invites artists to participate in donations and auctions every year, and all the proceeds will be donated to children in mountainous areas. Under normal circumstances, the organizer of this kind of auction will send out invitations widely, but after all, it is a matter of money and effort. At most, only 30% of the artists are willing to spare time to come. So when Taoran expressed his intention to donate, Sister Zhen easily got her a ticket. When Taoran arrived, most of the artists had already arrived, and most of them were taking pictures outside the venue. To give the chief editor face, many media people came. This year, like previous years, the editor-in-chief invited several A-list celebrities to come to the show, so there was still a lot of space. Because they knew there would be a lot of press conferences, almost all the female artists attended in costumes tonight. Most of them wore full makeup and evening gowns with stiletto heels, competing for beauty. Taoran deliberately kept a low profile. She only wore a simple black suit and trousers, a thick silver necklace, her hair was tied loosely behind her head, and she looked smart and free. Although she was very low-key and stood in the corner, she was completely different from other actresses who were actively socializing. She was shaking the champagne glass and watching with cold eyes. She was probably too unique in both image and temperament, which also attracted some flashes of light. Actually, it wasn't that Taoran was deliberately aloof, but that Zhonglan had retired for many years and only occasionally attended some occasions with Liang Cheng. She no longer had any close friends in the industry. Looking at the entire audience now, although every face looks familiar, I have never interacted with them before. Then, she would stay quiet and wait to surprise everyone later. Editor-in-chief Du Yun noticed her, came up to say hello, and asked her whether she wanted to donate or auction. Do both. The editor-in-chief held her hand affectionately. Thank you, dear. Then a staff member came up with a tray, and Taoran put her donation on the red velvet. A gift box. Du Yun opened it and took a look, his eyes lit up. She originally saw Zhonglan dressed simply and low-key, so she guessed that she was just here to join in the fun, but she didn't expect that she directly donated a diamond necklace. You know, many artists have donated their own works, their own commemorative small items, or their own brand items with advertising elements, etc., but few artists will actually give genuine items. This isn't cheap. Du Yun glanced at the appraisal certificate inside. Sister Du laughed. I want to do something practical for the children, but I don't have any skills, so the only things I can donate are these common things. The brand gave this to me when I got married. I don't wear it very much, so why not donate it? Let's give back to society. Du Yun gave her a thumbs up and told her to eat, drink and have fun. Just as he was about to turn around, he remembered that he hadn't added Zhonglan on WeChat yet. After some pleasantries, the two became friends with each other. Du Yun left, and Taoran also had an extra card in her hand. It was tonight's seat number 10, in the third row, which was 2 rows ahead than the number on her original ticket. Taoran had a video chat with Xioxia, and she handed Coco to Xioxia when she went out. Keek and Xioxia have become familiar with each other and said that they would follow Aunt Xioxia obediently. Xioxia reassured her that there was no need to worry about time. If it was late, she would take Keek to bed first. Sister, there are several video websites that are live broadcasting your auction, and there are quite a lot of online viewers. Understood. I will take care of things here. You can take care of Coco with peace of mind. At 8 o'clock in the evening, under the auspices of Du Yun, everyone took their seats and the auction began. The opening auction item was an antique bottle collected by a big-name celebrity who was not present. As an opening item, the bidding was naturally lively. 5 minutes later, the antique was finally sold for 880,000 yuan. Then, a set of silver jewelry with diamonds from a popular fashion brand was sold for 200,000 yuan. The prices of the next few items began to fall, and they were basically sold at around 100,000 yuan. Taoran never raised his sign. Until the little flower Litmus, whom Jia 11 was so fond of, took a fancy to a certain brand's limited edition bracelet. The original price of this bracelet was about 30,000 yuan. When the price reached 66,000 yuan, the others withdrew from the bidding. It can be seen that she quite likes it. The host came to ask her, and she said that it was a gift for herself, and she hoped that she would have a successful future. But before she could finish her words, Litmus was interrupted by a shout of 88,000. Embarrassed, she could only smile and increase the price to 100,000. 28,000. Taoran continued to follow. I want to give it to my daughter. My daughter has been learning arithmetic recently and she likes all kinds of beads. Well, I took it apart and gave it to my daughter to play with. Litmus, who was sitting in the front row, had a facial twitch. Who? Looking for trouble? She turned around and saw Zhang Lan, and was stunned. She suddenly thought of all the rumors in the company that Zhang Lan was causing trouble in the past few days and was silenced by the company, and her heart skipped a beat. Taoran greeted her with a smile. Want to add more? Litmus, haha, do you want to add more? Plus, I'm a fool, after all, it's only 30,000 yuan. Since it is my sister-in-law who wants to give it to Coco, as a junior, I naturally have to bear the pain of giving it up. Taoran smiled, thank you Rurui. Litui smiled brightly, but cursed in his heart. Taoran was in a good mood. She just came out to spend money and have fun today. She was in a good mood. You have 20 million pocket money, just throwing it around for fun, aren't you happy? She just wants to confront GXC, starting from today. Sooner or later, they will have to break up with each other. Anyway, from now on, she will naturally be in a competitive position with GXC's artists, so she is no longer afraid of offending others. 15 minutes later, GXC was intercepted by Taoran while bidding for another artist. Half an hour later, the diamond necklace donated by Taoran became the auction item. Everyone who thought she was a bit aggressive before was still shocked. I can't tell, I didn't expect her to be so powerful. Taoran's diamond necklace was used for advertising by the sponsor in the year of her wedding, and it was worth almost hundreds of thousands at that time. After so many years, under inflation, the current market value is at least 300,000. In the end, the necklace was sold for 480,000 yuan. Taoran stood up and expressed his thanks. These things will definitely be taken out and liquidated by Liang Chen during the future divorce anyway. She would rather donate them all than give a penny to the scumbag. The auction process was coming to an end, and Taoran's interest was waning. So far, the highest unit price has only been a calligraphy and painting donated by a former actor, which sold for 1.28 million. She sent a WeChat message to Duyun and asked how many items were left on the auction block. Duyunfa showed it to her, but Taoran didn't want any of them. Taoran looked around, and finally stopped at the wall. That's good. Taoran sent a message to Duyun, do you want to sell the one on the wall? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The heroine who wears fast is really a boss. Author, Ruo Shui 1111. Chapter 503. Posted on the wall is a watercolor painting. Duyun introduced it before the auction started. This painting was made by 30 children from the donated mountain area. In a remote mountainous area, a group of children opened their eyes hungry for knowledge, studied hard under difficult conditions, and worked hard to make progress. They all dreamed of having bright classrooms and beautiful campuses. This painting is 3 meters long and 2 meters high. It is posted on the wall. It is mainly used as a display for the artists who are bidding, telling them that the donations received today will be used to renovate schools and classrooms for children in mountainous areas. Duyun was stunned. He didn't expect anyone to buy this. It can be sold. How much do you want? She quickly replied on WeChat. Probably 7 figures. Duyun took a deep breath. Is Zhonglan such a tough guy? Isn't it true that people cannot be judged by their appearance? Isn't she a housewife? Could it be that Liang Qingke got married at an early age because his natal family was from a poor family? Or does Liang Cheng earn so much that he doesn't care about this little money? Duyun quickly dismissed these messy questions in his mind. My dear, this painting itself has no value. Are you sure you want to pay a high price? When doing charity, your own behavior is the value. I like this painting and want to give it to my daughter. I hope she can also cherish her dreams and cherish the present. Okay, then this painting will be the last item to be auctioned. My dear, please prepare it first. Duyun was excited. It seems that the total amount raised tonight will be very beautiful, and her charity mission this year has been completed. Taoran was not idle either. She started to make trouble. There are 3 celebrities coming to GXC tonight. In addition to Litmus, there is also a female singer and a male idol. Because of Taoran's several cuts, GXC still had nothing to gain tonight. The 3 of them are now under great pressure. If it's not for themselves or the company, they have to shoot 2 things tonight, right? But as time goes on, the selection of auction items becomes less and less. And there are more and more non-physical items being auctioned. Litmus gritted his teeth and set his sights on a set of crystal wine sets donated by the sponsors of the auction. This is the only thing she likes. She held up a sign. The amount soon reached 400,000, and all opponents had withdrawn. Taoran stepped in again and offered 500,000. Litmus gritted his teeth in anger and had to add 50,000 yuan. But Zhonglan made another 700,000 yuan. Litmus looked at Zhonglan, who smiled at her. The provocation is clear in his smile. The tips of Litmus' long nails dug into the palms of her hands, and she hated it so much. If you continue to follow me, the price premium will be serious, and I don't want to be taken advantage of, let alone lose this money. Why don't you go with her? She represents the company's reputation tonight and will be scolded if she goes back. Tonight, the 3 of them went all the way for nothing to make people laugh. Something seems wrong. And they have been intercepted by Zhonglan several times tonight. No matter how stupid they are, they can still see that the other party is taking the opportunity to retaliate against GXC and Liang Cheng. Since Zhonglan is so determined to win every time, so wealthy, and so unhesitating, this time the 1 plus price is 200,000, obviously there is still a lot of room. Then even if they can't fight for it, they can't let the troublesome Zhonglan easily get the auction, right? She's so stubborn, she wouldn't mind if she shed more blood. As a result, Litmus became fierce and her smile deepened. Then I'll pay 800,000. 1 million. As soon as Shirui finished speaking, Taoran immediately added another 200,000. 1,100,000. 1.3 million. Taoran still added 200,000 without hesitation, causing others to boo. 100 and 400,000. Litmus was not in a hurry, smiling and adding 100,000 to the price amidst the applause from the left and right. Sister-in-law, do you want more? Add, Taoran responded with a smile. 1,660,000. Take a sign. This time she added 26. Then I'll take 1.88 million, and take a sign. Shirui thought to herself, after the other party increased to 200, he would have to withdraw carefully. But this time, seeing Zhonglan not adding the numbers immediately, Shirui couldn't help but provoke her. Sister-in-law, what's wrong? Are you going to withdraw from the competition? Taoran held his chin up. Well, yes. I want to quit. Litmus choked for a moment. What? You're not going to play anymore? Yes. I said, I called 1-6-6 to get omens. Ryurui, after you call out 1-8-8, there seems to be no particularly good numbers after that, so, why are you calling after me? What about auspicious numbers? Taoran stretched out his hand to indicate Litmus. So I'd better quit. Congratulations, Ryurui. This set of wine sets is really beautiful and suits you very well. It's crystal clear, extremely charming, and worth the money. Litmus was about to faint. What? WTF? What crystal clear? Are you calling her naive and easy to deceive? What a value for money. Call her stupid? The displeasure on Litui's face couldn't be restrained. The onlookers saw it in their eyes and smelled something slightly wrong. They couldn't help but wonder if the two people were having a feud. But when a small item worth hundreds of thousands was sold to 1,880,000 yuan, the happiest people were none other than Editor-in-Chief Du Yun and the organizers. The host praised Zhang Lan and Li Rui. Litui was so angry that he felt dizzy. What was the meaning of praising Zhang Lan for the money he spent? She was so angry that even though many cameras were showing close-ups of her, she couldn't help but smile and ask Taoran, sister-in-law, I heard that there is a good collection behind. I am optimistic about you. You must use a beautiful auspicious number. Win one of the coolest collectibles ever. Taoran stood up and welcomed all the lights that shone on her. As a professional, she had already studied Zhang Yian's face. She showed the most decent smile and the most beautiful angle, and nodded to Litmus. With your good words, sister will definitely work hard. At this moment, there are only two types of comments floating around in the live broadcasts on several platforms. One is to protect Li Rui, thinking that Zhang Lan is a bit teasing, and has been targeting their family Ryurui, and the other is to Zhang Lan. Compliments on Ian's temperament, demeanor, and beauty. The more Li Shiryui thought about it, the angrier he became. He directly circled Liang Cheng among the artists in their company and asked him if he was watching the charity live broadcast. The yin and yang character asked him if he was doing it intentionally or unintentionally or if he was conniving. The female singer and male idol who were equally unhappy also said a few words. Before Liang Cheng could ask It what was going on, he was bombarded with WeChat text messages and phone calls from Mr. Zhang, Fei Ji, Shirui, and others, and was scolded half to death. He borrowed his colleague's cell phone to call his wife and found that his wife's phone was turned off. While being scolded, he opened the live broadcast platform and found the program. At this moment, the charity party has reached the last auction. Editor Du pointed at the painting on the wall and solemnly introduced it again, hoping that everyone would donate generously. The starting price was 10,000 yuan. Liang Cheng chuckled in his heart. If he were here, he would pay at most 10 yuan for this shabby painting, no more. However, as the camera flashed across the many placard holders in the audience, he immediately locked onto his wife. Du Yun was the first to signal to Taoran. Seeing this person's ability to raise prices, he planned to let her raise a high price first to warm up the atmosphere. Taoran stood up gracefully, and in front of the cameras, her red lips parted slightly. Since I just expressed my intention to give you a lucky number, I can't break my promise. I will pay 6.66 million. The heroine who wears fast is really a boss. Author, Ruo Shui 1111. Chapter 504. Everyone. How many? Did you hear that wrong? 6.66 million? This is not a small amount of money. Everyone inside and outside the camera was stunned for a moment. Half a second later, Du Yun came to his senses and motioned for Taoran to say it again. Taoran took action directly, made a sign with his thumb and little finger, and shook it several times. 666, well, she even prepared the gift emoticon pack. She glanced at the cameras and thought to herself, "Comrades, remember to take screenshots?" Of course, tonight is the first overtime day in her studio, and her friends are probably making her emoticons. 6,660,000, she repeated solemnly. Doyoon didn't expect that she wanted Jonglan to give a price first to warm up the atmosphere, but she directly blew up the whole place. Everyone reached out and applauded Jonglan. Doyoon was excited. He tried his best to cheer up the atmosphere with the male host, and rushed off the stage to give the microphone to Jonglan. She was so happy. Tonight's cost-free auction, based on a rough estimate, the funds raised should have exceeded 20 million. This is the highest amount she has raised for charity in the past few years. Who would have thought that this time just a housewife who had retired for many years would directly and indirectly contribute nearly 10 million to her auction? She likes this Jonglan so much. This is really my lucky star. From today on, if Jonglan is in trouble, with just one word, she will rush out to help without saying a word. She was determined to make this friend. At this moment, the field was boiling, and so was the barrage of facts. Along with Tao Ran, the screen was filled with the words, 666. How many people's mobile phones and computer screens have been covered with layer after layer of 666? The people who had just helped Lee Shiryui scold Jonglan all shut their mouths. Do people really want to use auspicious numbers to do good deeds? Who can scold her? Who has the nerve to scold her? At least they spent money, real money, money for a house, and they just hid under the keyboard and beeped. At this moment, Liang Cheng is probably the only one who is crazy. Before Liang Cheng finished an announcement, he was so angry that he swept everything on the dressing table to the ground. He was so angry. On the screen of the mobile phone, it is clearly marked that the total amount of charity done by Jonglan today is more than 7.3 million, far ahead of the second and third A-list male and female celebrities. That dead woman. Madman. Mental illness. Why did she invest so much money? Is she an A-lister? Is she outside the 18th line? Why do all the big-name brands only donate 1 to 2 million? If she wants to be in the limelight, is she going to be an internet celebrity? Take a look at the photos taken by others. At least you can see them and decorate them with jewelry that can be sold. At least they are valuable. Just her. She spent more than 6 million to buy a watercolor painting that little kids scribbled on. Isn't she crazy? Does she still want to lose face? Did she earn this money? Why did she have the nerve to spend this money? This money is all his. Even the money given by Wang Bailey should have been spent on him. If she hadn't caused trouble, it would have all been his. His. Everything she stole and spent was his money. Did she plan to squander it all before he could ask her for it back? Who gave her the courage? Liang Cheng couldn't wait to rush to the venue now and get his money back. He became even more anxious. If he couldn't get the money back, with the crazy woman's current squandering methods, all the money she had defrauded and sold his things would be lost in less than a month, right? Liang Cheng is going crazy. The phone was still flashing, and even his parents came to join in the fun. While they were bored and watching short videos in the hospital, they also saw Zhang Ian's 666 and were crying and arguing with him. And that litmus actually sent a message, "Brother Liang, I heard that my sister-in-law spent a lot of money tonight just to get revenge on you. So, do you think you should replenish the more than 1 million yuan that I spent on you tonight for no reason? After all, I'm no better than you, and I haven't reached the level where I can get close to 10 million just by waving my wife's hand." Liang Cheng was furious and only replied with one word, "Get out." Later, the mobile phone he just bought the day before yesterday was smashed into several pieces again. Damn you, you are stupid, spending millions more is none of his business. At this moment, Liang Cheng didn't know that because of his word go, Liang Cheng had already begun to call GXC's senior management to lose his temper. He has not yet thought that Litmus is a small flower that the company is supporting. There are still 2 dramas to be broadcast and a major production in progress. To the company, Litmus's current and future value is far greater than his. This dad who owes the company 4 million and is in a precarious situation is much bigger. On the other side, Taoran is handling the camera and the audience with ease. With such a high price of 666, there was naturally no rival, so the painting was in her hands as a matter of course. Taoran was also invited to the stage to say a few words by Du Yun, who came to greet him in person. Facing all the cameras, Taoran behaved gracefully. She can speak Mandarin very well. So, she told the public tactfully that because she is a mother with a daughter, she especially hopes to do her best to help children who have dreams but lack the means to realize them. She hopes that every positive childlike innocence can be cherished and every enthusiastic and hard-working attitude can be supported. All she did was help as much as possible. As long as the money can help the children, to her, this act is worthwhile. And this painting is for my daughter. She hopes that her daughter can cherish the present moment and learn from her brothers and sisters who are working hard. Bala, in short, it is a lot of positive energy. In this case, while she can never go wrong, she also has a plan. She wants to steal Liang Cheng's good dad persona. He occupied that false persona for too many years. Shi Zhonglan is a good mother, this is true. She has to get it back. When Taoran was delivering his speech, she felt the golden light flash again. At that moment, the green mass in her sea of consciousness moved again, as if she liked the golden light very much. Soon, the charity party came to an end and came to the group photo session. Taoran remained low-key and stood in a corner. But this time, even if she agrees, everyone still thinks it's inappropriate, right? After all, she became the protagonist tonight because of her strength, and she is the benefactor with the largest number of donations. So, a group of artists asked her to stand forward, and Du Yun came over and enthusiastically pulled her to stand in the middle. Just stand with me, Du Yun made the final decision. Isn't this, not good? Taoran said this, but he was laughing in his heart. Du Yun is the organizer of the party, and everyone is here because of her, so she will definitely take the C position. If I stand next to her, wouldn't it be equivalent to standing in the C position? Tonight, you are the most worthy of the C position. Du Yun pulled her to the middle of the first row. The heroine who wears fast is really a boss. Author, Ruo Shui 1111. Chapter 505. 10 minutes later, a group photo from the charity gala began to circulate on the internet. In a star-studded photo, a housewife who has not been in the industry for a long time and has almost retired is standing in the C position. She is surrounded by A-list big names. But what's weird? At a glance, the first thing everyone's eyes caught was not the celebrity they liked and were familiar with, but the most ordinary and seemingly least interesting Zhonglan. Right? Not only was she not outdone by the flowers around her, but she was the most eye-catching one. Why? Many people discovered the reason. Because of the contrast. The male celebrities all stood in the last 2 rows because of their height and habits. The female artists vying for beauty were all concentrated in the first 2 rows. Each of them is wearing colorful and gorgeous dresses with various bling-bling styles. However, among all the shining and beautiful actresses, there is Zhonglan who is dressed in black. If she doesn't look at her, who will? Looking at it, it seems that the glitter around her is just to highlight her difference. Taoran's cautiousness was completely amplified at this moment. Whether in the live broadcast or online, more and more people's eyes were focused on her. Standing out from the crowd, this is how many people feel. Ba ba ba. Our idol is the most beautiful and my sister is the most beautiful. How come they turned into chickens? But how could Zhonglan be so outstanding? Standing next to movie queens and celebrities, how do you keep your momentum from being suppressed at all? And her outfit is simple, fashionable, and elegant. She is very capable, free, and easygoing, and looks good, right? Can anyone give me a link? I really want to buy it. At this moment, the hot search term Liang Cheng and Zhang Yian's family donated 6.66 million yuan to charity has appeared and is rising steadily. Videos of Tao Ranyeo taking pictures are also circulating on the internet. Tao Ran's studio was well prepared, and the official and marketing accounts she had maintained early in the morning had already edited the content, and started pushing this article as soon as she made a donation. As the popularity of the article increased, her accounts also attracted a lot of attention. They were all at the forefront of the topic, and the number of fans was soaring. You know, this charity is sponsored by the media, and the hot searches have been bought long ago. From the red carpet at the beginning, to the various competitions of the stars, to the donations from the stars, it has always been on the hot search. Now that someone has spent so much money, how can the organizer not take advantage of the trend and give it a try? So before the dinner was over, Tao Ran's entry about spending a fortune had already jumped directly into the top 10. The first hot search, achieved. At this time, Director Lu's overtime work should have ended. So Tao Ran sent another message to Director Lu, "Sister, guess how many hot searches I can make tonight?" It's not that she's arrogant, she just wants Director Lu to see her gameplay with his own eyes. The group photo ended and the cocktail party began. Tao Ran sent another text message to the studio, asking him to prepare a topic for a group photo. In fact, in addition to her family, various studios are also busy retouching pictures for their own artists and pushing various crushing, beautiful pressing, competing beauty, XX looks stunning, XX girl feelings, waiting for the draft. So the hot searches on Weibo are very lively right now. At Tao Ran's signal, the low-key entry Zhang Yian's state was also mixed in among the beautiful manuscripts. However, unlike other companies, almost no one outside, including within Guangguang, knew that she had re-signed with the company, so no one took her seriously at all, and no one thought that she, a housewife, could be their competitor. So when her heat slowly climbed up, she encountered no obstruction at all. This entry was still ranked outside the 50th place. Tao Ran told the studio not to take any more care and let it grow wildly. Prepare the next push, she sent a message to the studio. Then she found Du Yun with an unpleasant look on her face. At this moment, Du Yun was being interviewed. When he saw her coming, he specifically told the reporter to pause for 5 minutes. That's right. Everyone seems to have misunderstood. The smile on Tao Ran's face had long since disappeared. His sudden drop in air pressure and his worried tone made everyone nearby couldn't help but glance at him quietly. She handed the donation certificate she had just received towards Du Yun. I just donated. Du Yun's heart trembled, he was afraid that she had gone back on that 666, so he became extremely nervous and came up to grab Tao Ran's hand. Dear, the money has been transferred to the finance department. Maybe I didn't explain it clearly enough, and the finance department may have misunderstood. Sister, I have to make this clear. Tao Ran's face turned colder. At this time, the reporters on the side were all attracted, and then they looked like they were watching a good show. They also thought that Zhang Lan regretted the donation, and they all turned their cameras over. This news may be more interesting than 666. Tao Ran shook Du Yun's hand and then said firmly. The money I just donated is all my own, a personal donation. This charitable act is my own. That painting is my personal gift to my daughter. Everything represents only me. With Liang Cheng it's irrelevant. I have to state this. Also, if you can, could you clarify it for me and change the certificate? God knows, Du Yun was so frightened that his legs were a little weak just now. She was not afraid that 666 would suddenly fly away, but she was afraid of becoming a joke. Fortunately, it was a false alarm. Of course, it's my fault. Although Dooyoon was surprised, he had to admit his mistake. When Zhang Lan came on stage to speak, it seemed that she did not mention Liang Cheng. It was their organizers who took it for granted. Considering that Zhang Lan had not been involved in the industry for many years and it was Liang Cheng who was in front of others, she mentioned Coco several times when she was delivering her speech. The staff should have taken it for granted that she was making a donation on behalf of her family. Moreover, it is true that Liang Cheng and she have always been a loving couple. Who would have thought that it would be an inadvertent mistake? So the hot search directly pushed the wrong subject, and even the certificate said family. Reporters have already sensed something is wrong. Are Zhang Lan and Liang Cheng so clearly distinguished? Is their marriage in crisis? Seems like something to be discovered. But they couldn't control so much at the moment, so they quickly posted the serious video of Zhang Yan's fame that they had just taken on Weibo. Tao Ran was laughing secretly. Naturally, she deliberately gave everyone the illusion that she was donating on behalf of her family. She had discovered the error on the certificate a long time ago, but she waited until it became a hot search topic before pretending to suddenly discover the error. If not, how could there be any subsequent benefits? For example, Tao Ran was editing a clarification on Weibo, and Dooyoon came to find her. Not only did he follow her Weibo, but he also said that he would help with the clarification. For example, at this moment, Dooyoon was apologizing to her, saying that he made a mistake and owed her a favor. He also asked if he could give her a solo page at the bottom of their magazine next month and asked her if she was interested. For another example, Dooyoon then asked his assistant to repost the hot searches for clarification and apology as quickly as possible. Tao Ran curled his lips. Coming. Another hot search. It was recommended by the organizer. It has nothing to do with her. 1 clarification, 1 apology, and 2 hot searches. 6.66 million to buy a hot search? Could she be so stupid? Use this money to exchange for 3 hot searches, increase huge attention, and repeatedly borrow money to speculate, which is the real skill. In addition, Dooyoon owed her a favor, so he was sure to make a profit without losing any money, right? Of course, she still has a way to make the most of these 666 things, and this is just the beginning. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The heroine who wears fast is really a boss. Author, Ruo Shui 1111. Chapter 506. Zhang Yan's Weibo has not been updated for 2 months. The most recent post is 2 photos of Coco's daily life. But because of Tao Ran's 666 tonight, this deserted Weibo account suddenly gained attention. Her Weibo fans are growing rapidly. In just over an hour, her number has reached over 1 million. Messages and private messages are also constantly jumping up. Tao Ran edited a message and sent it. Clarification: all my donations tonight come from me personally and have nothing to do with others. I hope I can use my humble efforts to help more people in need. A group of marketing accounts were very good at grabbing the attention, and they all followed her as soon as she posted it, so in just 2 minutes, the number of retweets on this Weibo exceeded 1,000. Dooyoon and the organizer also forwarded this Weibo post to simultaneously clarify the situation. Zhang Yan's clarification quickly became a hot search topic. Dooyoon also immediately posted an apology on Weibo on behalf of the organizer, and Tao Ran responded quickly, which was considered a linkage. The entry Dooyoon apologizes to Zhang Lan was also posted on Weibo. As for the earliest wrong entry, due to everyone's curious clicks, comments or ridicule, it was pushed to the top and then slowly dropped down. Dooyoon, on the other hand, showed his sincerity by protecting the 2 topics he just pushed, ensuring that these two topics would steadily reach the top 10 of the hot searches in the pornographic drafts purchased by the celebrities tonight before withdrawing his attention. Doyoon found Jonglan a bit confusing. She has read countless people, and she can see most people at a glance. But Jonglan made her feel mysterious. Curiosity made her want to befriend Jonglan even more. Doyoon never hesitates to express his kindness to those who can help him. It seems that because of these many operations, the word Jonglan has now become a hot word on Weibo. She asked the team to push out another one, which was a reciprocation and a favor to Jonglan. As a result, the item Jonglan donated a total of 7.8 million yuan began to climb up the hot search list. The blog post not only provides specific information about the paintings purchased by Chao Ran, but also photos of the diamond necklaces donated by Chao Ran. After obtaining Chao Ran's consent, she also posted the WeChat content of Chao Ran's initiative to purchase paintings on the wall. Zhang Yian's image of a person who loves children, has a kind heart, and has great love came out immediately. And these rounds of hot searches have made those born in the 00s who have never heard of Zhang Yian's name actively or passively become aware of her. As a charitable sister, even if you don't love her, you still have to be favored, right? 3 times in a row, follow, like and retweet. It went very smoothly, and the 3 Weibo posts I posted were firmly in the top 10 on the hot list. Especially the one with total amount up to 7.8 million, it kept rising all the way, and finally occupied the first place on the list for a while. So, there are already 4 hot searches tonight. And because the attention of Jonglan himself has exploded, the topic of Zhang Yian's status, which was previously left unchecked, started to rise steadily from outside the 50 ranks. After all, she occupies a C position in the group photo. Before, she was just unknown. Now that the popularity has increased, people and good marketing accounts will inevitably compare female stars with her, and then conduct some preference votes to sensationalize her. In this way, Zhang Yian's dazzlingness became more and more obvious. As a result, the topic of Zhang Yian's status had reached the 18th position by the end of the dinner, and was still rising steadily. The more powerful the fans of other celebrities are, the more popular Jonglan becomes. Jonglan stole too much limelight throughout the night, which inevitably attracted slander from other fans. Under the guidance of the studio, Jonglan harvested a large number of fans who helped her speak up and fight against injustice. Any idea? She has no fans, and she has no works in recent years. Apart from this method, Chao Ran really can't think of how to build Zhang Yian's basic fan base. So here is another purpose of doing generous charity, to attract fans. 5 hot searches. She and director Lu were more than halfway to the goal of their bet. 7 hot searches in 10 days is really easy for her, isn't it? On the way back to the studio, Chao Ran saw that his enthusiasm for various tasks had dropped, so he immediately gave another instruction. Tonight, she insisted on letting herself make a few thunders, and I would appear on stage after we sang. So, quietly, a hot search for Zhang Yian's suit only costs 388 yuan took advantage of the current popularity of the word Jonglan and the topic of Zhang Yian's status, which is in the top 10 of the hot list, and secretly moved up the traffic. What? That nice-looking suit had its brand and price revealed? Still cheap? Anyone who sees this topic is not allowed to click in and take a look. While watching the live broadcast today, many people were asking for links. That suit is so nice too. Someone spent an hour searching through the big brands, but couldn't find the brand of rich woman Zhang Yian's coat. Now tell them it only costs 388? Wouldn't everyone be able to afford it? So is this the reason why you can't find this dress among big-name brands? You know, in the C-position photo of Jonglan, the female celebrities standing around and behind her were all wearing high-end dresses. Especially the one worn by the actress. I heard it was handmade and customized by a certain company, and it sells for millions. Tisk. Jong Eun's clothes worth a few hundred yuan are as good as those worth millions? You have to buy it? Must buy. Regardless of whether it's in stock or not, regardless of whether it looks good when you wear it, buy it first. Suddenly, the hot search for 388 yuan started to rise vigorously. How else to say that Du Yun, the fashion editor-in-chief, is awesome? As soon as Chao Ranran arrived at the studio, Du Yun's call came. Well, this time it was directly over the phone. At the end of the dinner, Du Yun came over and asked for Chao Ran's phone number. Dear, your coat really only costs 388. Yes. It's not a new model, it's already a spring model. It's out of season. Du Yun felt something stuck in his throat. Wearing out of season cheap clothes and donating nearly 8 million, you are not meeting a saint, right? Why are you suddenly embarrassed? But she quickly adjusted back. I'm going to be blunt. Let's post a Weibo together now and do a linkage. The effect will definitely be very good. Then I will announce that the next issue of our magazine will have an exclusive interview with you and a full page cover. It will be please tell us how to use simple basic styles to create your own personal style. Bala, Du Yun has an open mind and a complete conception. While Chao Ran clicked his tongue, he had to sigh at the ability of professionals to grasp the heat. How could Chao Ran not agree to such a good thing? After all, more than half an hour ago, the editor-in-chief of Du University only said that he would leave a back cover for her. 5 minutes later, Chao Ran posted on her blog, confirming that the black suit she was wearing was indeed the price of this brand, and attached her shopping record to the blog. Who can imagine that this dress was purchased online? It's a popular brand. Purchased in March this year, I took advantage of a certain treasure event and used up the 30 yuan allowance and the 5 yuan store red envelope, for a total cost of 353 yuan. She also intimately informed in the blog that this is not a new style, but she chose this piece because she personally likes this conscientious domestic brand and feels comfortable wearing it. The heroine who wears fast is really a boss. Author, Ruo Shui 1111. Chapter 507. What Chao Ran posted was entirely true. It's true that Zhonglan likes this brand, and it's true that this brand is good. Zhonglan comes from a single-parent family and her life has not been good since she was a child. Her first wool coat was won by participating in a school performance in high school. The school activities that year were sponsored by this brand. Since then, Zhonglan has been fond of this brand. This domestic brand had its glory in the early years, but in recent years, with the influx of big brands, young people are more interested in international brands. Even though these domestic old brands are of good quality and have a good reputation, they are gradually being beaten to death on the beach by the waves. Status. The scenery, declined, forgotten. Zhonglan felt that her life was the same as this brand. Chao Ran was looking for clothes in Zhang Yian's wardrobe 2 days ago and found that at least 1/3 of Zhang Yian's clothes were from this brand. She finally settled on this black suit. It's not for anything else. Perhaps, she just wants to prove to Zhonglan that life can be reversed, and the fate of other things can be the same. As soon as this Weibo was published, the popularity exploded again. I have confirmed the brand and price, so what are you waiting for? It's so cheap, buy it. Buy. Thank you sister for the recommendation. The clothes are beautiful and my sister is so beautiful. I hope my sister will share more beautiful clothes in the future. I like them so much. My sister's pants and shoes are also good looking. What's the price? Do you want me to recommend them? Within 5 minutes of posting on Weibo, it was already full of messages like this. Du Yun left a message at the right time. Well, his performance was very natural and not deliberate at all. Dear, are you interested in doing a program with our magazine to recommend outfits to fans? Waiting for your reply, I love you Xiaoun. Du Yun's message was immediately pushed up by fans. Sister Do Niu, show up at the right time. Sister Mighty Do is the most popular. Thank you, Sister Do, for letting us know Zhang Lan, a beautiful and kind-hearted person. I really want to see Sister Ian's outfit. Everyone, hurry up and support Sister Do. Tao Ran waited for 5 minutes before replying it's a deal but, love you Xiaoun? Gee, they are all actors. In addition to this kind of messages, more and more sober passerby fans are attracted. Zhang Lan wore more than 300 pieces of clothes, but she donated nearly 8 million in one go. It's very human. Really, I admire you so much. Artists like Zhang Lan are worthy of being pursued and loved by more young people. They are usually low-key and high-profile on charity. The opposite group of people are often the ones in society. I really like Zhang Lan so much. Indeed, compared to those people who treat charity events as stage shows, Zhang Lan is much more popular. Sisters like this are so popular. Of course, sunspots are always indispensable. Zhang Lan is putting on a show. She dresses differently on purpose just to stand out as a maverick. Passerby fans directly responded with thousands of floors. A show? Why don't you do one too? Let's see how much you donated. The blindness can be cured. Didn't you see that you bought it in the first half of the year? It's obviously a private server. What? In the first half of the year, you knew that you would do charity in the second half of the year, and you prepared it for a show more than half a year in advance. You are beeping here, why don't you suggest that your master should also dress like this and see if he has the ability? Another black man. I'm not the only one who thinks Zhang Lan is deliberately pulling a stunt, right? His reply was still 1,000 layers of anger. You can say this, it shows that you are a fool who comes out to show off your 3 views in order to show your difference. Yes. Everyone thinks Zhang Lan is good. You are the only one with a brain problem. Go see a doctor. Zhang Lan has been keeping a low profile. He doesn't even have a brokerage company. Why is he just making a stunt? If you can use 8 million for a stunt, I will become a fan of you. At this moment, this clothing brand was also exposed. A long-standing domestic brand, it has always insisted on using Xinjiang cotton, insisting on affordable prices for many years, and insisting on charity every year. It ranks among the top in terms of donations for earthquakes and floods. However, its sales are worrying, and it has gradually gone downhill. Even most of its physical stores have been closed. A brand like this should naturally be supported. What's more, this dress is really cost-effective. Look, even the editor-in-chief of Du University approved it. As a result, this Zhang Ian's same style suit suddenly became a big trend. Just like that, Tao Ran Yao's 6th hot search went smoothly. With the support of passers-by, it easily reached the top 10 of the hot search again. Tao Ran had already made careful plans for Zhang Lan. Naturally, the path she wants to take cannot be the path of ordinary female stars. She is no longer young, and her beauty is only getting worse day by day. Not only is she married and has children, it is even less possible for her to compete with those young and energetic female stars, and she has no ability to attract those enthusiastic male fans. She wanted traffic and opportunities, so she had to find another way. In addition, she doesn't want to be too sharp and compete with those female celebrities for fans. After all, she is about to participate in the sister variety show, which will make her too many enemies, which is not good for her. After much thought, her best choice was the passerby. Do charity and gain the favor of passersby. Being close to the people has the same purpose. You know, most people are ordinary people. Most ordinary people earn a monthly salary of several thousand yuan. And female celebrities can easily buy tens of thousands of private servers, which is simply beyond the reach of ordinary people. How many celebrities are willing to put down their figure and status to wear civilian brands? Isn't it a price drop? Moreover, female celebrities like to squeeze into the fashion circle. If that circle recognizes them, their worth will rise. They also hope to be recognized by international brands and get endorsements from big names. However, who says you can't do the opposite? If you can't fight the way up, take another way. Thinking about our huge country with a population of more than 1 billion, we can just keep our own country in order. Why should we squeeze our heads to grab foreign resources? She wants to represent the common people and collect popularity from passers-by. If possible, she would still like to take the patriotic path. She takes the people-friendly route that big stars disdain. In this way, not only will she not offend anyone, but her fan base is more likely to grow explosively. This can be seen from the soaring number of fans now. Jong Eun's original number of Weibo fans was 370,000. This was because Coco's mother fans followed her to see her baby. After more than 2 hours of accumulation, her number of fans has reached more than 2 million. And after the recent hot search for 388 yuan suit came out, the number exploded. In just half an hour, it directly increased by 1 million. The bet between her and director Lu regarding the number of fans has come true. And Zioxia, who had been staring at the data of a certain store, also came over with a smile. The sales volume of the same style of suit has exceeded 20,000, and it has been sold out and taken off the shelves several times. The store never expected that their clothes would be suddenly sold by celebrities and become so popular. In a panic, they added several times. There was not enough inventory to sell. Now it has been added to the pre-sale for 2 months, and sales are still rising. Zioxia felt a little regretful. If I had known earlier, I should have said hello to this brand first. Let's take some profits so they can make more preparations. That would be too low price reduction. You know, superb acting skills and exciting plots often burst out randomly under real stimulation. The heroine who wears fast is really a boss. Author, Ruo Shui 1111. Chapter 508. Zioxia handed over the tablet. What is opened above is the official live broadcast room of this brand. The two anchors were flushed and excited. They were so excited that they were incoherent. They were asking fans to calm down, saying that their production lines had been opened overnight. However, the fabrics need to be purchased and produced, so their shipments are limited. After allowing the enthusiastic fans to calm down, they can temporarily choose to return and choose other in-stock products in the store. The two are actively recommending other products. Look, there are more than 1 million people online. According to the anchor, there are usually only a few hundred online viewers for their store's live broadcast. Today, suddenly a large number of viewers poured into the live broadcast room just as they were preparing to broadcast good night. They were frightened. Got them. He said that he had never seen so many buyers and such high sales volume on Double 11 in previous years. The two of them laughed from ear to ear and left to work overtime. Because of your outfit, many people are interested and confident in this brand of clothing, so in addition to that suit, a dozen other similar jackets are also selling well. 2 similar suits are also sold out. I checked and found that the sales of this brand on multiple e-commerce platforms are skyrocketing. Tao Ran looked at the time. It was exactly 11:30 p.m. She swiped her tablet and went from the live broadcast room to Weibo. Why did she just want to have a moment? Her target 7 trending searches are now 6. Why not take advantage of the fact that tonight is not over yet and seize the time to create another one? Under Tao Ran's latest Weibo post, the official blog of this domestic brand came up 10 minutes ago to thank her for recommending their brand, saying that they would make clothes with greater sincerity in the future to repay Zhonglan and everyone for their support. The keyboard warriors also appeared again at the right time, directly complaining that this behavior was basically a joint promotion between Zhonglan and the brand, and there was no basis to speculate that the nearly 8 million donated by Zhonglan was also contributed by the brand, saying that this was a naked advertisements, scams to lure consumers. Tao Ran noticed this group of keyboard warriors. Why are these sunspots so unpleasant? What's even more hateful is that there are many marketing accounts who, like those black people, started to question her empty talk because they got caught up in her high popularity at the moment. And some melon-eating netizens have begun to show signs of going astray, and something is wrong with the direction of the wind. A lie from the studio came and asked if I wanted to control the review. No. Let it go, give you a chance to do it. When you make a big fuss and slap her to death, she will feel confident and speak righteously. Tao Ran motioned to Xioxia to find the brand's phone number. I have it right here. 15 minutes ago, someone from their brand called my phone number you left on Weibo and came to express his gratitude. Just as she said this, Xioxia's cell phone lit up again. Looking at the area on the caller ID, Xioxia's eyes lit up. It was the brand again. She picked up the call, and the caller this time was Mr. Huang, the founder and boss of the brand. He wanted to talk to Tao Ran. Tao Ran answered. The other party was very direct, saying that their brand was very grateful for her behavior tonight, and wanted to repay her, and also wanted to continue to cooperate in the future. And they don't have a spokesperson yet, so I want to ask her if she has any intention. Tao Ran smiled. This, I guessed it. So yesterday she changed the contact information on her Weibo homepage to Xioxia's phone number, but she didn't expect it to be so fast. That's how the first endorsement came. If the senior executives at Guangguang knew that she would be endorsed in less than 3 days, would they be heartbroken? Especially Director Han, who decided at that time that Guanghuang Entertainment would not take a penny of her profit share for the past 3 months, and also gave her operating expenses and various subsidy resources. Will she regret it now? Humph, I didn't like her at that time, but 3 months later, she would be almost impossible for them to reach. So, tonight's charity was still a great success. Without that huge sum of money, how could there be so many benefits? However, now is not the time for her to become a spokesperson, otherwise, wouldn't it mean that the rumors about her by the internet trolls have been settled? Come. The posture must be corrected. The character must stand at attention. Mr. Huang, since you have such an idea, it proves that we appreciate each other. Now that we have something in common, I think we need to clear up the obstacles before in-depth cooperation. Once the consensus is reached, everything will be simple. 5 minutes later, Tao Ran sat down directly in front of the computer, logged into his Weibo account, and started typing on the keyboard. She edited a long Weibo post with righteous words. Until 10 minutes ago, today was the happiest and most meaningful day for me. Because I have used my own efforts and savings to help many children in need. I imagine that children can learn in a good environment and strive for life goals. I think it is worth it no matter how much money is spent. The enthusiasm of netizens made me feel the great social warmth and made me feel that charity can last for a long time. However, with the emergence of some people's criticism, random speculation, and arbitrary frame UPS, the enthusiasm in my heart was instantly chilled to the bone. Do these people doubt my motives for doing good, suspect that I am a premeditated fake charity, suspect that I collude with merchants to help merchants make profits in this way? Do you suspect that I bring the goods personally and take a commission? I am so disheartened that I can't help but want to ask those who spread rumors. I am an amateur and even donated my diamond necklace, so why would I care about such a small commission? Is my commission enough to pay for my necklace? Wouldn't it be better if I go directly to the live broadcast to bring the goods? If there is collusion, why don't merchants sell autumn models with higher profits? Why were merchants so caught off guard that they even set up their product inventory incorrectly many times? Why didn't they stock up earlier? Why is the young lady in the live broadcast room so excited that she loses control of her emotions several times? You may all be imaginative screenwriters, but those of us who are actually involved in the incident may not have the acting skills you imagine. Just now, Mr. Huang, the brand owner, called me. He was as shocked, disappointed, and angry as I was. The slander that is getting more and more intense now is simply cyberbullying. I personally choose this brand based entirely on my personal love for the brand, because this brand is worth it. Because we have the same values. Because they are a conscientious domestic brand. Before today, I didn't even know anyone from this brand, nor had I had any contact with anyone from the brand, let alone cooperation. And my appearance in a suit was caused by countless accidents. It is a brand that is found by netizens in a passive situation. But now, it is not only a question of my personal character, but also a smear of the brand. It is also an insult to the many staff who are rushing the goods for everyone tonight. If people who do good deeds are punished by the internet, then in the future, who else will step forward at critical moments, and how many people can persist in charity? How sad that would be. After adding a few stickers, Taoran was not afraid of trouble at all and directly liked several official media. This was her number one counterattack. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The heroine who wears fast is really a boss. Author, Ruo Shui 1111. Chapter 509. The stickers attached under a short essay by Balabala are all shopping records. Taoran searched for this brand in the shopping orders and posted all the more than 50 order records of this brand that Zhonglan had purchased over the years. The time span spans a full 10 years, which is enough to prove her true love for this brand. The clothes are all priced at ordinary prices, and the most expensive one is 1,000 yuan down, which once again reinforces her image of supporting domestic products and being low-key and thrifty. And such a person spends a lot of money on charity, and the nobility of her character is once again established. And she dared to talk to the official media, which shows that she is really confident. This sister is really wronged. After it was posted on Weibo, a large number of fans poured in. There is a lot of support and encouragement on Weibo, and no matter how powerful those sunspots are, they will never be able to fight 1 against 10,000, and they will be sniped into pieces in an instant. Taoran snorted, if he bullied her online, she would bully her back. She was upright and not afraid of the shadow. She did great things and was slandered, but she didn't believe it. No official blog spoke up for her. As she said, if people's hearts are chilled, who will do good deeds in the future? If she doesn't encourage her like this, won't she be encouraging evil tendencies? The higher the heat, the harder it is to ignore this matter. Let it ferment. If the matter becomes serious, it would be better if it becomes a social incident. Even better if it can be on TV news. The traffic boosted by the official media is more useful than how many hot searches she has made. So the second post, which she had edited on Weibo, was sent directly to her. This time, she directly linked up with the Weibo names of the most popular keyboard warriors and the marketing accounts that had been jumping up and down before. She bluntly told those keyboard warriors to wait for court summons and she would sue them for defamation. Well, it's either a lawyer's letter or a subpoena. So determined and domineering. This time, some netizens who were just interested in me also came to her Weibo and applauded her. Internet violence has been around for a long time. Celebrities are used to making loud noises but not raining. When pressed, most of them will send innocuous legal letters, and only a handful of them will file a lawsuit. It seems that this Zhonglan is really angry. But yes, after donating more than 8 million yuan and still being scolded, who can't wipe away tears? Zhang Yian's number of fans was visibly increasing. Every time it was refreshed, it could increase by thousands. Everyone in the studio was shocked. Taoran's 7th hot search also arrived as promised. Without any help this time, just the various accumulations during this period are enough for the data of this hot search to skyrocket like a rocket. The higher the popularity, the more people and marketing accounts will forward these two Weibo posts, and the more people will try to attract traffic. Doyoon came with her team to support, many lawyers also came to speak out, and even a few starlets who attended the charity dinner last night also came to attract a wave of traffic. At this time, brands who were also victims also spoke out. They bluntly stated that they had not had any spokesperson before and had never hired anyone to bring goods. All fans who are familiar with their brand know this. Tonight they were especially grateful to Ms. Jonglan for her recommendation. Before today, they had no contact with Ms. Jonglan at all. All the staff of the entire brand can vouch for this. This time, Ms. Jong Eun's good deeds should have been encouraged, but she was met with unreasonable suspicion and abuse. They felt unfair for Ms. Jonglan and felt sad for the charity. They hope that everyone can have a grateful heart and kind intentions, and hope that more people can join the charity team and see the world from a sunny perspective. The brand has decided to donate 30% of the total amount of all goods sold tonight to Ms. Jonglan as a charitable donation. In addition, the cost of Ms. Jong Eun's lawsuit will be fully borne by their brand in order to repay Jonglan. Fair lady. This decision once again stirred up the heat. 30% of sales should be net profit, right? This brand sold so many products tonight, which means that in the next few months, they will all be in vain? All donated? This is too conscientious. If I don't support such a brand, am I too heartless? If you can't make a big contribution yourself, you can still buy some things. It has to be worn anyway, so who should I buy it from? How about killing two birds with one stone and doing charity? Therefore, whether on Weibo or in the live broadcast room, many people began to appeal, leave some profit for the merchants. Don't buy it yet, wait until 12 o'clock before supporting, and let the merchants earn some money. First, we must allow such conscientious businesses to survive, so that we can continue to do charity for a long time, and only then can someone set an example. I bought it now, and I will buy it after 12 o'clock. Pre-sale doesn't matter, it doesn't matter if it is shipped next year. Anyway, it is a good thing. If I buy one less pair of kneeling shoes in the future, I can support several domestic products. The young lady in the official store's live broadcast room looked at the backstage that was about to explode and burst into tears. Thank you everyone for your support. According to the total sales volume of a certain store in the backend, this store that used to be ranked 999 plus shot straight to the first place within 2 hours with a 9-digit sales difference from the second place, which made the backend think that the data was broken several times. How many domestic brands held meetings overnight? Well, look at other people's homes. Come, let's explore the reasons and analyze the methods. Do you have to learn it yourself? They finally agreed, Miss Jonglan. The credit still goes to Jonglan. I really want to ask the little sister to bring some goods for me. The official media has finally come to an end. The charity association came, the news network also came, the local mainstream media also came, and the Weibo official also came. They all praised Jonglan He's brand and severely reprimanded the keyboard warrior. In an instant, only the voice of purity and justice remained on Jong Eun's Weibo. The keyboard warriors who were named before had already been banned from Weibo. Now that they were about to be sued, they were all frightened and deleted their previous comments. Some rushed to the trumpet, apologized directly after reporting their identities, and posted handwritten apology letters. Some privately messaged Jonglan to beg for mercy, and others directly called Xioxia's mobile phone to admit their mistakes. Taoran stretched his waist. These hot searches were earned in vain, and the traffic provided by the keyboard warrior was in vain. I'm a little tired, but the effect is really good. She immediately posted another post on Weibo, thanking all the netizens who spoke for her, and on her official blog, she thanked the brand. She said that she would continue to do good deeds in the future and use practical actions to help all those in need. In addition, I am very grateful to Mr. Huang of the brand for his support of charity. Everyone has also seen the attitude of this brand. Since everyone thinks that I am bringing goods, I personally decided that in the next period of time, I will give this brand free for advertising. I hope everyone will support charity and domestic products. I hereby declare that I will not take any money from you. I would like to thank the father of the brand for his support on behalf of the children in the mountainous area. After posting this on Weibo, everyone in the studio gave her a collective round of applause. Sister, you are awesome. Needless to say, this one will soon hit the mark again and become the 8th hot search on her tonight. Free endorsement may seem like a loss, but the period can be long or short. There is a reason for her comeback, a reason for her to find a new owner, and a reason for the existence of the studio. When she endorses in this way, no one thinks she is making money, but she is giving, doing good things, and earning a lot of reputation. She is above board and behaves well even though she gets an advantage, and everyone still has to praise her. How many people can do this? The heroine who wears fast is really a boss. Author, Ruo Shui 1111. Chapter 510. The hot search for Zhang Yian's free endorsement came as expected, going straight to the first place. In just one night, she overcompleted the 7 hot searches in 10 days bet. At this moment, 5 of the top 10 hot searches are related to her. Those celebrities who bought the draft tonight have all disappeared from the front of the list, and no one cares about them. Several official media spoke out again, praising her and the brand by name, and helping her attract a wave of fans from passers-by. So far, her Weibo fans have exceeded 7 million. She felt that now she could at least be regarded as a top performer overnight. Haha, it shouldn't be too difficult to realize the bet with the Ray's senior management. After several hours of operation, Zhang Yian's image and personality have been completely established. Many celebrities use years of marketing to make their image deeply rooted in people's hearts, but it only took her one night. After the fact that she said she would spend money to create a charity image, Xioxia and the others felt distressed about the large investment. But now, without exception, they all feel that the money is well spent. And the benefits of the whole set she played tonight are probably endless. Because Xioxia's phone almost exploded. Only then did Taoran have time to look at his phone. In WeChat, it's already 99 plus. In addition to several news from the brand owner Huang and Duyun, director Lu sent a message 2 hours ago, expressing his expectation for tonight. An hour ago, director Lu sent another thumbs up emoji. Half an hour ago, director Lu expressed that he wanted to meet him tomorrow. And just now, director Lu sent another message, directly giving a contract for the sister show and asking her to take a look. Taoran was in no hurry to reply. For those of you who have such an appetite, it's better to whet your appetite first. Sister Zhen congratulated her and said she would come to her studio tomorrow morning. Scroll further down, Mr. Jiaxi Zhang, several high-level executives of Guangming, Luo Jiao and others all sent messages. Even many friends whom I had not contacted for many years appeared. In the WeChat contact column, there were actually 200 messages sent to add her as a friend. Of course, the scumbag's verification message is at the top, begging her to go home. Xioxia is even busier. Many business events came to our door, and they all wanted to find Zhanglan to bring goods. Several domestic brands similar to the brand tonight were also calling non-stop, saying they wanted to ask her to endorse them. As we all know, Zhanglan is very popular right now. The sooner she officially announces her first endorsement, the more dividends she may get. Let's talk tomorrow morning. Taoran smiled and took a few bites of the midnight snack she bought for everyone. Anyway, it's not us who are anxious. They are all human spirits. They all know that it is the middle of the night and the heat can reach this level. When more people wake up from their sleep tomorrow morning and understand the causes and consequences of tonight, from 8 o'clock in the morning to 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I am afraid that it is her. When the popularity is the highest. Tomorrow, she will have more and better choices. Even Doyoon and his magazine had already sent a confirmation letter, hoping to finalize her exclusive interview as soon as possible. The reality has changed so quickly. Before, they were looking for favors, but now, they are begging Taoran for face. Taoran looked at the confirmation letter and saw a number on it. It's a reward, and the price is pretty good. There's also a note at the end that the price is negotiable. She still wanted to sell the chief editor's favor, so she directly signed the confirmation letter and asked Xioxia to reply, and immediately sent a message to Doyoon. Doyoon readily stated that she would be able to help if there were resources in the future, and she would not hesitate to. It's past 12 o'clock, but the sales of various products of the brand have not only not dropped, but have completely blossomed because of the charity provided by the brand. Now, not only the suits worn by Taoran are selling well, but most of the brand's products are in short supply. From clothing to shoes and hats, all stocks are nearly bottomed out. Do you want products? Everyone is just supporting domestic products and doing charity in their own way. At 12:30, the brand's statistics showed that in less than 2 hours last night, their total sales were 18.3 billion, so they will use 54 million of them as brand products. Make a donation in the name of John Lan, and the sales and donation receipts will be posted later. In addition, the brand apologized again, saying that it may take a long time for the goods last night to be shipped from production to delivery. Please give them time. Wow, even. No sooner said than done. This is so conscientious. The internet exploded again. Once again, the brand was not only ranked first in the hot searches, but also became the hottest topic on major short video websites. The public was motivated and sales continued to increase. Mr. Huang called. Sales after 12 o'clock exceeded 200 million in 45 minutes. I was a little scared. I called for rational consumption on my personal Weibo, but they bought more. There are many enthusiastic people who are afraid that the company will advance too much money and it will be difficult to get the money back, so they will directly confirm the receipt of the goods after taking the photos. It is so touching to have such a sense of trust. Taoran, congratulations, the brand can return to its peak and become the pride of a national brand. It's you who I have to thank. Compared with hard work, Mr. Huang is not particularly good at talking. I really don't know how to thank you. Originally, the business was already very difficult. The cost of autumn and winter products is very high, and the financial pressure is severe. Originally, if sales did not break through by December, they could only plan to shut down 2 production lines next spring. Well, now, all problems are solved. That night, even their backlog of inventory was sold out. It's all like a dream. Others don't know it, but he has just come from the production line. The faces of the workers who were already thinking about being fired are not tired. They are all beaming with joy and are very busy. They actively ask to work overtime. Everyone, you can have a good year. Mr. Huang hesitated. I'll give you 8 million first. Don't think it's too little. He felt very sorry. His production line was brought back to life. Although he made a profit of more than 50 million, the harvest was obviously much more. But Zhang Lan worked hard all night and posted so much money, but got nothing, and even scolded her many times. Mr. Huang, I'm not that kind of person. Taoran said this with some heartache. Now accepting this money, wouldn't it be like getting scolded by those trolls? So shameful. Moreover, the donation of more than 50 million yuan was signed in her name, so how could she have the nerve to accept other money? I won't charge you what I said. Taoran was afraid that Mr. Huang would not be able to turn around, so he added half-jokingly, in the future. If we cooperate again in the future, you can give me more. Natural. From now on, you will be the spokesperson of our brand. It all depends on you when to sign the contract. Tomorrow can also be used. If you have any request, just ask for it. You can add the endorsement fee plus commission. The commission starts from today. It can be calculated based on sales volume. In addition, Ms. Wuxia has given me your address. I will send a batch of goods there tomorrow. If you don't mind, I will also cover the clothes of the staff in your studio. I will trouble you later.